Well, Neil, we've talked a lot about some of our successes, our evolution, and our hopes for the future. But I think it's important in candor to acknowledge the fact that not everything we've tried has worked. We've had a lot of ideas that didn't pan out. We learned a few lessons where we had to change course. And I think part of the reason for that is that we measure what we do. We're not just doing this to feel good. We're doing this to deliver measurable, meaningful improvements in healthcare to Californians. And I think as we've been doing this for 10 years, we've learned some lessons that other people in the country that are just now starting this process, they may be very interested in our experience, and we're going to be happy to talk to them.
I agree with you. I think a couple of the key lessons that we've learned along the way through our failures is that it's important to risk enough that you might fail. That if we just played it safe and only did the things that we were absolutely sure worked, we wouldn't be able to make the same strides. We wouldn't be able to make the same level of progress. I don't think we would have been able to appeal to as many groups too. So being able to go beyond the scope of what is known and to have development collaboratives where we're really experimenting with the participants in sort of a laboratory environment, which then leads to a change package. And then in the future, that change package, once it's pretty settled and we figured that part out, becomes the script, the dissemination script. Obviously, not everybody's going to implement it the same way, but it becomes the toolkit and the package of well-known and successful practices. So I think that that's been really helpful to us. I agree with you that the measurement part's been really vital because it gives us a level of credibility with the groups, as well as when we find out that something hasn't worked, being honest with ourselves and honest with the groups so that they realize that we're not just in this to kind of gloss over mistakes, but to become self-learners, self-reflective. Part of what we teach in a lot of the collaboratives is that same level of iteration and self-reflection. And so by us modeling that behavior in the way we develop the programs, I think is really helpful to the groups. And it builds the credibility with the physicians.
You know, Neil, one thing that I'm pretty sure about is that if there were any one party in healthcare in this country that could solve everything and achieve reform all by itself, it would have done so a long time ago. And what we're finding out is that we need all hands on deck and they all need to be pulling in the same direction. So the fact that we've been able to model this kind of collaboration between medical groups, health plans, government, and the purchasers of care, the employers that are trying to buoy up and recover our economy, all focusing on the good for society as a whole, this is a lesson that the rest of the country can and should be paying attention to.
I agree with you. I think it's been a very valuable collaboration across all the parties, and also I think it's been very enriching for the individuals who have participated. So it's been a growth experience for me, and I've learned a lot from working with you and the others in the collaborative, and I look forward to doing more of that in the future.
Well, I think we can count on that.